Gabriel ran the Curious Quill, a cozy bookstore filled with the comforting scent of old pages and the gentle whisper of ink. The shop had an inviting atmosphere, where the wooden shelves were lined with books of every genre imaginable. On one particularly rainy afternoon, with dark clouds hanging low in the sky, Stephanie entered, shaking off her umbrella. She was a writer, known for her sharp insights and ability to capture the complexities of human emotion. As she sought refuge from the storm, she found solace in the warm glow of the shop's lights and the quiet rustle of pages turning. Their first conversation sparked unexpectedly over existential philosophy, a topic they both found intriguing. This initial exchange felt effortless, like two pieces of a puzzle fitting together, and it laid the foundation for a deeper connection that neither of them could yet fully comprehend. As the days turned into weeks, Stephanie made it a habit to return to the shop. Each visit felt like a small adventure, with the rain often accompanying her, creating a rare and idyllic backdrop. Their discussions evolved naturally, moving from philosophy to art and creativity, touching on the struggles and triumphs of being a writer. Gabriel listened intently, captivated by her passion and insight. They spent countless hours debating the meaning of life and the importance of storytelling. With each conversation, their connection grew stronger, layered with admiration and an unspoken tension that hung in the air. Gabriel found comfort in Stephanie's presence, while she was drawn to his thoughtful, steady demeanor. It became clear that their friendship was blossoming into something deeper, yet both were hesitant to acknowledge it openly, afraid of disrupting the fragile balance they had created. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and shadows crept into the cozy bookstore, Stephanie hesitated, revealing a troubling thought that had been weighing on her mind. "Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my grip on reality," she confessed, her voice barely above a whisper. "It's as if my stories are slipping away, lost in a fog of doubt." Gabriel, sensing the weight of her words, shared his own struggles about running the shop, the fear of not meeting expectations looming over him like a dark cloud. "What if the stories we tell are all we have?" he replied, his voice low and earnest. Their conversation deepened their bond, revealing vulnerabilities that neither had shared before. In that moment, they realized that they were not just discussing ideas, they were sharing pieces of their souls, each word drawing them closer in a delicate dance of understanding and empathy. Then one fateful night, as the rain fell softly outside, a figure emerged from the shadows, disrupting their peaceful evening. Stephanie was focused on her writing when a man approached her with an unsettling presence. "You're Stephanie, aren't you?" he asked, his voice low and menacing. Gabriel, feeling a surge of protectiveness, stepped outside to confront the stranger. "Leave her alone," he commanded, positioning himself between the man and Stephanie. The stranger smirked, a hint of danger in his eyes. "You think you can protect her? I'll be back." With that chilling promise, he disappeared into the night, leaving behind an air of dread. Stephanie was shaken to her core, her heart racing as she turned to Gabriel. "Who was that?" she asked, fear creeping into her voice. Gabriel, concern etched on his face, replied, "I don't know, but we need to be careful from now on." In the following days, their discussions took on a new urgency, a palpable tension filling the air. Stephanie felt the weight of her words, realizing that her writing might have attracted unwanted attention. Gabriel became not only her confidant but also her protector, helping her navigate the shadows closing in around them. They began to comb through her notes for clues, desperately searching for any signs of the threat lurking just outside their safe haven. Each revelation brought new worries, but it also strengthened their bond, as they became partners in a battle neither had anticipated. The fear and uncertainty drew them closer, their friendship evolving into something deeper, filled with unspoken feelings and lingering glances. It was clear that their lives were intertwined in ways they had yet to fully understand, setting the stage for a profound connection forged in adversity. As they worked late into the nights, piecing together the mystery, they uncovered a troubling connection between Stephanie's recent writing and a series of controversies in the literary world. The realization struck them like a thunderbolt. The danger was not just personal but part of a larger conflict, one that could have far-reaching consequences. "We should go to the authorities," Gabriel suggested one evening, his tone serious. But Stephanie hesitated, her mind racing with doubts. What if they don't believe us? What if this makes things worse? Gabriel took a deep breath, his resolve firm. "We fight this together. You have a voice, Stephanie. It's time to use it." Their discussions were filled with a mix of fear and determination, as they plotted their next steps, knowing that they could no longer ignore the threat that loomed over them. The two of them began gathering evidence meticulously, each piece of information bringing them closer to understanding the threat against them. They spent hours in the shop, surrounded by books, creating a plan to confront the danger head-on. Gabriel's steady presence provided comfort as Stephanie poured her heart into her writing, documenting everything that had happened. Their partnership was becoming an unbreakable bond, forged through shared purpose and mutual respect. Each time they worked late into the night, the connection between them deepened, an undercurrent of emotion simmering just beneath the surface. It was as if the danger they faced had illuminated feelings that had been waiting to surface. They both understood that this was not just about survival, it was also about the powerful connection that had formed between them through their struggles. On the night they decided to confront the danger, Stephanie felt a mix of hope and fear swirling inside her. As they entered the police station, Gabriel's hand found hers, anchoring her in the moment. The conversations they had shared seemed to echo in her mind as they explained their situation to the officers. After hours of detailed discussions, the officers finally took them seriously, their expressions shifting from skepticism to concern. Together, they laid out the evidence they had gathered, revealing the depth of the situation. When they left the station, Stephanie turned to Gabriel, gratitude flooding her heart. "Thank you for standing by me," she said, her voice trembling with emotion. Gabriel looked into her eyes, warmth radiating from him. "We're in this together," he replied, and in that moment, she knew they were no longer just friends, they were allies facing a common battle, united in their resolve. Days turned into weeks, and gradually, the threat began to wane. The authorities acted on their findings, investigating the man who had approached Stephanie and ensuring her safety. As the danger faded, so did the weight of fear that had been hanging over them. With the unknown man dealt with, Stephanie's writing began to flourish, earning recognition for its bravery and depth. The experience had changed her, and her newfound confidence shone through her words. One evening, as they sat together in the shop, surrounded by the comforting presence of books, Stephanie's fingers brushed against Gabriel's. She felt a spark, a connection that had been growing between them, and it felt undeniable. "I think I finally understand what I'm trying to write about," she said softly. "It's about connection, about finding light in the darkness." Gabriel's gaze held hers, an intensity in his eyes that made her heart race. As they leaned closer, the world around them faded away, and the kiss they shared was more than just a culmination of their struggles, it was a promise of what was to come. In that moment, they recognized that they had faced fear together and emerged stronger. With the danger behind them, the Curious Quill became a sanctuary for readers and writers, a place where stories of resilience and love flourished. Gabriel and Stephanie stood side by side, their lives now intertwined in ways they could have never imagined. They began to craft a new story together, one filled with hope and strength, as they embraced the journey that lay ahead. It was a testament to their connection, forged in adversity and deepened through understanding, creating a future bright with possibilities and the promise of shared dreams.